Hey, Zuzu here. I am making a follow-up video to my first video posted, which is my first rant. And it's where I kind of come off very condescending, extremely bitchy and rude, and much like a 14-year-old, when in fact I believe I was about 24 or 25. I just want people to know that that's not who I am. That's not me. Okay, it kind of is me, but um, let me explain as to why it is me. I made the video directly after the incident happened. It was 3 days leading, or 3 days of this happening, where people would ask me blah 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 blah, why this, why that, why nah, 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 nah. And those three specific things that I mentioned: makeup, tail, and jumpsuit. So, tails, fashion accessory. A lot of people were doing it at the time. It was a thing. Part of it wasn't. I wasn't doing it because a lot of people were doing it at the time I was doing it. Just because it's a really long story. It was a way of getting over a breakup with this person who identified as a fox, and I was kind of like collecting all the fox tails, and as the owl, I collect the tails of the fox, and it was like this powerful thing for me. Stupid as fuck, right? So that's that. But I didn't want to explain that to people who were like, oh, what the fuck is up with the tails? Or why are you wearing the stupid tails? Or why are you wearing tails? It just didn't come off like, oh, I'm open to dialogue to discuss why I'm wearing the tails. It wasn't just because of the person or whatever. It was also just because I genuinely I collect fur, I collect bones, I collect oddities and things of that nature. So that was a part of my collection of oddities and furs and bones and what have you. So that plus that made that. Bleh. And with the jumpsuit, it was a fucking jumpsuit. Like, to be real, it was just a jumpsuit. There was no significant anything about it. It was a fucking jumpsuit from, like, 1980s. It was a vintage jumpsuit. It was green, kind of like the one in the video. Not really. A little form-fitting, had pockets. Woo woo. I wasn't wearing it out of the ordinary. I was just wearing it. I think I wore it with cowboy boots or, like, sneakers or something. It was cute. There was nothing that would, I don't know, condone the way the person asked me about the outfit. And they ended up liking it, which was the weird part, because the way they asked me didn't seem like they liked it, and then they ended up liking it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. I appreciate it, but the way you said it was just like, you made me feel like you did not like that. And I didn't want to deal with that shit, okay? Okay. It wasn't a spacesuit. It wasn't a mechanic's jumpsuit. It wasn't anything like. So why would you ask me what's with it? Anyways, and so my makeup, that too, like the lines on my face, that was the day that I made it, was because they asked me about the makeup, and I was just like, fuck, dude, seriously, I can't win. I can't just be me out in these streets. I had enough. I had enough of trying to have to explain who I am to people, or being asked to explain who I am to people by people that don't seem like they have the time of day to ask me in a more polite, friendly dialogue opening kind of way. It was very like, what is up with this? Why are you doing that? Kind of as if I'm offending them with the way that I look, or as if I'm doing something wrong. And I wasn't. I was just being me. I don't really have an explanation for the makeup. I just like the fucking makeup. It was lines on my face. I like the way it looked. People do that. People do makeup. Shit. What can I say? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to touch on that and let people know, like, yeah, I'm chill, I'm cool, I'm a cool mom. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video and the other video and subscribe. I think these are all the things I'm supposed to say at the end of these videos. I don't know, I'm new to this. I don't have a sign off yet, so I'm gonna work on a sign off, and yeah, okay.